The mural is titled Trans Life Matters. This is trying to preserve the dying art form of India. So this mural is about climate justice. This is about the people from Lodhi.
This is India's very first art district, and a decade ago it didn't even exist. Located in the capital, the Lodhi Colony used to house government employees.
So it was a plain blank canvas. It was in fact one of the last built colonies by the British. The architecture was interesting because it was homogeneous, so walls were similar, and it was also pedestrian friendly.
Now known as Lodhi Art District, it houses over 60 murals painted by renowned Indian and international artists. The idea behind it? To connect this more gentrified area of Delhi with the more economically disadvantaged areas around it.
I think one of the biggest motivations for us to start this was there was not much happening in the streets when it comes to art. In fact, even in the country when it comes to public art and public art programming.
Arjun is one of the 5 founders of the *art Foundation, which first created the Lodhi Art District in 2015 and has now set up art projects and murals all over India.
So the idea was to make art, take out art from museums and gallery spaces into the streets and specifically work with communities.
How does the *art Foundation engage with different communities?
Before we enter a project, we obviously have a team which works on community engagement and understands what people are really looking for. So we start usually with a flyer and a questionnaire saying that we are coming, we want to work with you. And the questionnaire would have various questions such as, what do you like about this area? How long you've been living here? Can you tell us some interesting stories? Is there any pain points living in this area? Any safety related issues?
So every artist who comes in, it's not just with a predefined idea of, I want to make this. They also do that research. We do that research as well. Then they come in and they do their research. They interact with the community out there.
The foundation not only involves the community in creating the art, making them take ownership of these public spaces, but it also connects them to a local government in the process, helping their voices be heard.
Everybody has their initial agendas, but I think they understand because we work with government, so their first expectation is, maybe you could help us with this thing. We worked in a place called Kannagi Nagar. It's in Chennai, a place where if you just Google Kannagi maybe in 2018, you would just see a lot of suicide that will happen, a lot of knifing that would happen. Area where Uber or maybe an auto driver would not want to take you to. But I think post us doing the project, initially having those slight challenges, today Kannagi has become a spot where there are influencers, digital influencers who are there to movies or film shoots or serials are being shot.
And the murals themselves are also pioneering the way that they communicate their message.
We talk about water a lot in our projects because a lot of places where we're working on, there's scarcity of water across the country. In fact, there's a beautiful work by an artist called Daku, and it's a mural which is activated by the shadow. So at 11 o'clock, you start seeing this whole scenography of women just sitting on the streets with these beautiful buckets collecting water, and by 3 o'clock it goes away. And in fact, that is the situation on ground.
We worked in a blind school. This particular mural that we made was dots. It's all braille, and it's out on the main facade of the building. So for somebody who's visually impaired, wanting to see the mural, for them there's a plaque that's been placed which talks about the artwork, and the artwork has been made into a smaller scale. We were able to put together a great workshop with the kids there, trying to make that into kind of a museum where people could, especially the blind children who were there, could go ahead, feel the mural that we painted.
But to keep engaging with communities and local governments, the foundation doesn't want to ruffle too many feathers with its murals.
They're educating, but they're not protesting about anything. Obviously, there are conversations which may not be easy, which we speak about, be it gender equality. As an organization, we would like to stay clear about politics, religion. This is something which we are here to make art for all. We want to make it democratic. We want to make it in a very positive way. We want to come out with solutions rather than only be an activist of sorts.